Daddy been convicted, families facing addiction, welfare, public house. Daddy gotta move out. Who's gonna take care of the child? He ain't talking about the street now. I just can't let you know. You can win, just say you did it. You're a king, strength in your history. Persevere, stay working, keep it down. Oh, I think I lost my way. I think I lost your way. Lost your way. She changed the name from Queen of Bitch to God for promise for anything so get rich. See, I can see the mess you see. Got the look in the shade. Can I not speak the facts planted in your soul? I'm just trying to get you to forgive yourself and let it go. Hoping that you hear me play. Only said it cause I can. I just can't let you know. You can win. Same thing, feeling. You're a team. Spin in your history. Love it. Stay on you now. Go. I'm talking about the peace in your soul. Just that everything's gonna be alright. Somebody up the street said so. I ain't talking about a piece of land you can grow. I'm talking about the peace in your soul. Just that everything's gonna be alright. Somebody up the street said so. I think I might have lost my way. Think you might have lost your way. Lost my way home.
good evening, and welcome. So I thought this evening I would discuss cancel culture and, see if we can talk about it because it's prevalent in our society today, of course. And I just curious to know if you all feel that cancel culture is toxic or if it's okay, like if it should just be a normal thing. So many people are experiencing the negative impact of being canceled. And we're going to go through some of those today. So definitely like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share this if you like. But before we get into that, I definitely want to read the definition of cancel culture just in case you are not sure with that. So bear with me one moment. As I need to find my tab. I have a gazillion tabs open. Okay, and I'm reading from the Pew Research Center. I guess I could show the screen. Let's see, I'll share my screen. All right, so this is in the Pew Research Center. It says Americans and cancel culture, where some see calls for accountability, others see censorship and punishment. All right, so I thought this was an interesting article because it talks about how it's so easy to just cancel people. It says the number of people who can go online and call out others for their behavior or words is immense, and it's never been easier to summon groups to join the public fray. It says the phrase cancel culture is said to have originated from a relatively obscure slang term, cancel, referring to breaking up with someone, used in a 1980s song. This term was then referenced in film and television and later evolved and gained traction on social media. Over the past several years, cancel culture has become a deeply contested idea in the nation's political discourse. There are plenty of debates over what it is and what it means, including whether it's a way to hold people accountable or a tactic to punish others unjustly or a mix of both, and some argue that cancel culture doesn't even exist. I think it's a way to punish people. I really do. I don't think it's to hold people accountable. It literally seems like people chasing others with their sticks with the fire. Like they're just trying to chase people down and harm them. So basically, the Pew Research Center asked Americans last September to share what they think it means and more broadly, how they feel about the act of calling out others on social media. The survey finds a public deeply divided, included over the very meaning of the phrase. All right, okay, let's say this out. We did this. Okay. So, okay, they asked the people in their study who's actually heard of cancel culture. And it said 44% of Americans say they have heard at least a fair amount about the phrase, including 22% who have heard a great deal, according to the center's survey of 10,093 U.S. adults that was conducted last September. And then 56% say they've heard nothing or not too much about it. That's interesting, including 38% who have heard nothing at all. Okay, so that's quite interesting there. Wow, so it seems so far looking at this chart that the younger generation, ages 18 to 29, are more familiar with it than anyone. From what I'm looking at, that's what it seems like. Says familiar. Oh goodness, that word always gets me. Familiarity with the term varies with age. While 64% of adults under 30 say they have heard a great deal or a fair amount about cancel culture, their share drops to 46% among those ages 30 to 49 and 34% among those 50 and older. So, like I just mentioned, based on this graph or this figure here, we see that adults under 30, which would be what? Generation Z, I believe, they're more familiar with it because they're always canceling something. I swear that generation loves to cancel everybody. They don't have any forgiveness in their hearts. And it drops to 46% among those ages 30 to 49 and 34% among those 50 and older. Okay. Okay. So that's like the millennials, they're familiar, but the Gen Z are more familiar. So it makes sense. And it says there are gender and educational differences as well. Men are more likely than women to be familiar with the term, as are those who have a bachelor's or advanced degree when compared with those who have lower levels of formal education. While discussions around cancel culture can be highly partisan, Democrats and Democrat leaning independents are no more likely than Republicans and GOP leaning independents to say they have heard at least a fair amount about the phrase. So that's interesting. Okay. And it says when accounting for ideology, liberal Democrats and conservative Republicans are more likely to have heard at least a fair amount about cancel culture than their moderate counterparts within each party. Liberal Democrats stand out as most likely to be familiar with the term. Okay. And how do Americans define cancel culture? As part of the survey, respondents who had heard about cancel culture were given the chance to explain in their own words what they think the term means. All right. So let's take a look at the chart here. Among the 44% of U.S. adults who have heard at least a fair amount about cancel culture, most of them seem to think that it's actions taken to hold others accountable. Isn't that interesting? Okay. And then some think, okay, since the next set thinks censorship of speech or history. And then mean-spirited actions taken to cause harm, to cause others harm. People canceling anyone they disagree with. Okay. So that's interesting what people think, but most people think it's action to hold others accountable. I find that highly interesting. Okay. So one woman says cancel culture is a movement to remove celebrity status or esteem from a person, place, or thing based on offensive behavior or transgression. And then a woman in her 50s, she says a method of withdrawing support for public figures or companies. It can also be considered to be used as a form of online shaming on social media platforms. Oh, wow. I'm curious to know what you all think. Please drop your comments below. I think it's really to be cruel. And I'm going to show you why in a moment. And this man in his 50s said cancel culture is trying to silence someone that does not have the same belief as you. Basically, it's taking their First Amendment rights away. It violates affected people's civil rights. I totally agree with him. And cancel culture means, a man in his 70s says cancel culture means rewriting history and stopping the acknowledgement of facts because they are offensive to a racial, religious, ethnic, economic group, etc. It is the rewriting of history to make people comfortable by ignoring facts, things that really happen, good or bad. Okay, so this is interesting to see what the men think versus the women. And both men, they are highlighting here are conservatives where, well, no, he was moderate. He has no party. But the two women were leaning toward, they were liberal. So that was interesting. And then some think it's mean-spirited attacks. Okay, so right here, and this is from Legal Institute, Information Institute from Cornell Law School. Lord, I just be tongue-tied. So excuse me. But here's the First Amendment, right? Freedom of speech is supposed to be one of our First Amendment rights here in the United States of America. And here it says that the First Amendment guarantees freedoms concerning religion, expression, assembly, and the right to petition. It forbids Congress from both promoting one religion over others and also restricting an individual's religious practices. It guarantees freedom of expression by prohibiting Congress from restricting the press or the rights of individuals to speak freely. It also guarantees the right of citizens to assemble peaceably and to petition their government. Okay, so the Supreme Court interprets the extent of the protection afforded to these rights. The First Amendment has been interpreted by the court as applying to the entire federal government, even though it is only expressly applicable to Congress. Furthermore, the court has interpreted the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment as protecting the rights in the First Amendment from interference by state governments. What's up, Just Chilling? Thanks for joining. So I find the First Amendment interesting because if it says you have freedom of speech, and it says freedom of speech may be exercised in a direct words or symbolic actions way, then why is cancel culture so prevalent in our society today? That kind of blows my mind because I'm curious to know how is that possible? And I'm gonna drop the link in case you want to come up and share. But I was kind of thinking, when I was thinking about doing the stream, I was thinking about, well, who has been canceled? And I know, like, we can go back to President 45 has been canceled because big tech blocked him from Twitter. I think he was banned from Twitter, banned from, I think, Facebook. I think I have a screen here. Let's see, here it is. This is in Atlantic Magazine. So they canceled him. Okay, he ended being canceled. So I thought that was crazy. I'm like, wow, what was he saying so bad on Twitter? Because people don't like him, his presidency, they cancel him. And I know some people feel like, well, he's racist, blah, 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 but today is him being canceled, then tomorrow it's us. Like, as we see what's going on with this vax and anti-vax debates, literally people getting blocked on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for sharing information that's not telling people to go get vaccinated. Like, how is that right? That's not right. If it's so safe, why can't people share information that differs from that? So let me move on. So yeah, so I forgot that I didn't know he was blocked from Snapchat. So it says Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter have blocked the president's social media accounts. And it says Apple, Google, and Amazon have stopped hosting Parler, a social media alternative that's become popular among Trump devotees. Wow, the PGA has cut ties with Trump's national golf course in New Jersey. Stripe has stopped processing payments for the Trump campaign website. Yo. Wow, this is deep. Reddit has banned the Donald Trump subreddit. Twitch has disabled a streaming channel associated with him. Shopify has terminated stores affiliated with him. YouTube has announced that it will remove all channels that post videos questioning the outcome of the election. And TikTok and Pinterest are removing posts with hashtags like hashtag, I don't even want to say the hashtag, but you see it there, and hashtag stop. Wow. Meanwhile, several companies. Hey, Just.
You're.
So what do you think about cancel culture?
Yeah, because yeah, I was getting ready to type it. You okay, hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, I thought I got some feedback on my end, but no, what I was getting ready to say was I was getting ready to type it up in the chat, but I said, nah, I'm gonna save it for the panel. So what I wanted to say is to me, cancel culture is pretty much the new you hating.
Right. It's crazy. I'm not.
Yeah, because go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, because that's what I'm taking to mean, though. Because just like swag eventually evolved into sauce, you hating eventually evolved into you're canceled.
Right. Wow. It's crazy. And I didn't realize 45 was blocked from literally everything.
Oh yeah, they been got him the fuck up out of here, at least on social media anyway.
I know he's somewhat sad because I'm gonna be honest. I would look forward to see his tweets. His tweets make me laugh.
Well, yeah, he do say the dumbest shit up there, but yeah. But not only that, no. But I just remember too, in New York, the state and city he grew up in, they got him the fuck up out of here as well.
Wow, I didn't realize that. I
Oh
went.
yeah, he all
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, yeah, that's what I'm about to say. He all fucked up.
Damn. I wouldn't live in New York for anything in the world. The state of New York, I would not live there.
Maybe for business reasons, but then again, I would just work there. But more than likely, I'd probably live outside New York.
Hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't live in California.
Yeah, I heard it ain't cheap. Yeah, living in Cali ain't cheap either.
No, no. And even not even the cost of living, but just how they conduct business in California. Like I saw the recall, whatever, they kept the governor, but it just, I don't know, I guess they a little too free for me in California.
I don't know. It's crazy if you ask me.
Yeah, yeah, they wild in California, and even with like the new mandates in New York with the vax, a lot of people are not liking it. I know. I think one girl, what's the person called? We go in the restaurant, they ask you your party. I don't know, receptionist. I don't know.
I think they call him host or something.
This, thank you. They beat her up. Like it's gonna be
Mm.
more of that happening. I don't know why. If you don't have your card or if you're not vaxxed, then why would you even try to go?
And that's another thing too, because I remember on Instagram, I had posted a story not too long ago about how, yeah, they threatening to take liquor licenses from restaurants in Ontario, Ontario, Canada.
Wow.
But yeah, all government-owned liquor stores, they'll let, well, yeah, because they only threaten to take them away because if they don't turn away unvaxxed folk, but yet they're letting unvaxxed folk go into any government-owned liquor store they want.
That's messed up. They messing with people's money with these mandates.
Yeah, that's the whole play, if you ask me.
And that's what it really seems at this point because they know, like, if people, because we're about to be in October, I know some more probably going to get vaxxed because of these mandates. But if people wanted it, they kind of would have gotten it, you know. So he's forcing their hand, and like restaurants. I know I read somewhere some girl said she went into a restaurant. They didn't ask for anything, but she said she felt so bad. The man was on the verge of tears because I guess his business is slowed down because of these mandates.
Right. But when you think about it now, it don't even matter what business you in. Now, yeah, with the situation, you can't really have, well, at least it ain't a good thing for brick and mortar businesses anyway. It's barely a good thing for digital businesses.
Right. And even like I know with the mandate for the federal government, the even for the federal contractors, like damn, it's like he's kind of like putting people's backs against the wall, and it's so messed up.
And hell, I had to close a few businesses my damn self because especially since I had just started it and folk weren't sure if they want to spend money with me, especially with the situation, and they don't know when their next meal or dollar is coming from.
Right. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's real out here. I literally feel like we in a movie or some kind of simulation.
And you never know, yeah, because that's what I thought about too. All them virus taking over the world type movies that used to come out back in the day.
Right. I remember. I think Contagion. I remember seeing it in theaters, eating my popcorn. Like, damn, that's fucked up. Watching that in a movie theaters, thinking that's so horrible, and literally that's our reality.
Hell yeah! Matter of fact, there was this movie I was watching. Yeah, about a few weeks ago. It came out back in the day, called New Crime City,
Mhm.
and it was basically about an ex-cop going to stop a gang that was going to release a virus on the whole city of LA. But then, of course, without getting too deep into it, but yeah, that whole thing just reminded me of the times we're living in now. Even though that movie came out back in 93, 94.
Oh wow, I've never seen that film.
Yeah, it's a straight to video movie. So yeah, you'd have to dig a scratch to find that one.
Oh wow.
But it's pretty relevant to what's going on now.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. So I knew it like because to me the vax versus unvax debate is a form of cancel culture because it seems like people are so emotional or so angry. A lot of people are so angry and wishing death on people and like, wow, is it that deep?
Well, I can understand though because especially with the way they're going about doing this anyway.
Mhm. So and also I was thinking about even with the brother Polite situation, I guess Sonetter, would you say he's being canceled right now?
Shit, if you ask me, he was canceled long before the whole your pimping Mike situation.
Okay. I didn't
Yeah,
realize, you go ahead.
no, I was saying yeah, because he was canceled long before that. He just didn't know it yet at the time.
Oh, wow. See, I didn't know that. I didn't, Alexa, but I didn't realize that. Thank you, Alexa.
Oh, I say no one that's got an Alexa.
Well, I didn't realize that because I don't watch him that often. I've seen him here and there, especially like with Hassan Campbell type topics he would talk about. But he is so angry when I click. He is so angry. But with him knowing about you call him Pip Mike, with him knowing about that, that's definitely a bad look.
Right, and but as far as Ned or Cy Hogan, as I like to call him, you can't tell me that nigga don't talk like an old ass wrestler.
He do sound like he WWE. Was it
What you gotta
WWF?
do? What is that? What to say?
Wasn't it WWF back in the day?
Yeah, back in the day, yeah, yeah. Because if I recall correctly, they had to change it to WWE because of a lawsuit.
Oh wow, I wonder what was up the name change. I don't like the WWE.
Yeah, because you probably ain't familiar with, but there's a nonprofit out there that also used the initials WWF.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it's called the World Wildlife Foundation, some shit like that.
Oh wow.
So they ended up suing the WWF over that acronym, and then eventually they had settled by changing the name to WWE.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But yeah, but as as far as Cy Hogan goes, yeah, because it's like he's lucky if I can deal with him for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't mean no shade. They debates don't be making no sense to me.
Yeah, and like I said, to me, his debates is just like his videos. Every time he open his mouth, what you gotta do when Cy Hogan runs wild on you? That's all that comes out of his mouth, as far as I'm concerned.
Right. And then he played folks. I don't know if you remember if you caught it when Tasha K first broke the Polite story, right? So then
Right.
Sunday Live, he said, I'm gonna do an exclusive interview with Polite, and he was getting all these cash outs. I think he was telling people don't super chat me, but he was getting so much money and he never did the interview.
Oh yeah, because yeah, see that's the thing. He's infamous for running scams too. Because just about me that time, he claimed he was gonna do an award show at the Apollo.
Oh really?
And then maybe a few weeks after he made that announcement, yeah, Apollo had to come out and say that yeah, they never booked anything from him.
Oh my God. You got, wow. Damn, son. Mm-mm.
And then that was another thing too, since you said that he had known this the whole time about Pep and Mike.
Mhm.
Well, that's because now that I think about it, now that's actually back to a video he did some years back where yeah, I think this is when he first went out to Cali, talk about Pep and Mike.
Oh,
And I remember he was talking about the old ass wrestler now. He was talking about Pep and Mike messing with a little girl that who's the daughter of a woman he knew. I think it was his sister in law's daughter, I think.
oh, wow.
And then I put like it, but yeah, but somewhere down the line, he was talking. He said, told him, "No, polite, don't make me do it," something like that. But yeah, because he threatened to air everything up. So yeah, you're right. He been knew that Pep and Mike was messing with little girls and shit.
Wow. What was the girl name? Renita, something. Renita, one of them
Oh
hotels.
yeah, Rat Tat or whatever her name is.
Yeah. Like, this
Hey, I never could pronounce the name. That's why I always call her Rat Tat Tat.
man.
But like you said, that's crazy. Hell yeah.
And then his lady be trying to defend him, I think, um, Napa, Shada, whatever the hell.
Oh yeah, you talk about that crazy bitch. Or her posh Nazi as I call her.
Yeah, she is. She seemed like she would throw it off for real.
Well, without getting too deep into that though, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, she just needs to stay out of it. But I know she's too far in now.
Hmm. Yeah, she like a fool. She, sometime I think women need to fall back. It might be this.
Right, but like you said, she just is dumb, but she's as dumb as she looks. So,
Wow. And also I was writing. I'm gonna share my screen, show this list. It has all the celebrities that were canceled just this year alone. It's
oh
just,
Lord,
Young Pharaoh was canceled by
oh
the
he's a celeb.
when but I you weren't here, but I said when I started the stream, I was thinking about cancel culture as it applies to like celebrities, social media personalities, because he had a big following at one time.
Right.
And even like how those Karens be wilding out like Trader Joe's and stuff, and
Oh yeah.
Twitter they will find that woman's house and job and get her fired. So
What I think about it now, I remember that last Karen episode that went down maybe a month or two ago. You know, the one where she showed her ass in the mall.
mhm.
Yeah, that shit was funny, especially when she got on the ground throwing a tantrum of straight crime. But anyway, they wasted no time finding all her and doxing her.
Oh yeah, that was so weird. She was in a Victoria's Secret store, right?
Right.
Yeah, that was so odd.
But yeah, but they dug all her info, put all that shit out there on social media, and it was a wrap after that.
Right. And I'm gonna share my screen about Nicki Minaj. So Nicki Minaj is being canceled.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's funny they doing that after she done ran her course.
Yeah, to me, I'm looking at Nicki Minaj's story, and I know like when she married this guy, he might be a nice man. I know, like people, I don't know, people can change, right? But it's just a bad look because I know my daughter. My daughter used to love Nicki Minaj. My daughter just canceled her, and
Oh,
the 18, she's 18, she was canceled her. She said that because she was talking, making fun of women that were dating or married to men that abused, but then she married an abuser. So,
well, yeah. See, that's the thing too. Don't think I'm gonna say about that situation. She knew what she was signing up for.
mhm. Right, right. And what's so interesting to me about Nikki is that her brother is in prison right now for, I think, sexually, he molested his stepdaughter. Like, that's sick.
Or he molested some kind of child. Yeah, but I remember that happened.
Yeah, I think he had just got married, but it was either his girlfriend or wife, child.
Some anyway.
Yeah, it's like how all the men in your sphere is sex offenders? Like, how does this? And I
Hey, you know,
understand. Go ahead, you go.
hey, you know what they say? Yeah, birds of a feather flock together.
Right. And I know, like, sometimes, you know how some people say, like, I've never been arrested before, but I know how some people say, you know, the black man, the white man got a foot on black man neck. He gave me this charge. I didn't deserve this charge, or the sex offender title. So I don't know if that happened in Nicki Minaj's case. I'm be honest, I haven't researched it enough to know, but it looks bad.
Yeah. So who knows what the situation was, but the only thing I'm gonna say is, yeah, because it might be true that they might have planted the rape charge on him. That might be true, but like you said, it looks bad.
Right. And then she married him, and I didn't understand the impact of Nicki Minaj. I didn't understand how big her fan base was until like I started researching her because when she came out, what was it, last week, the week before, she was talking about her family member in Trinidad, testicles swollen from the vaccine, and then I think the president or whoever the top leader in Trinidad had to come out and say that's not true. And then Dr. Fauci and them got involved. I was like, wow, she's impactful for all these people to be responding to what she said on Twitter. And of course, people just be calling her stupid, you're crazy. So,
Craziness, show. Craziness.
and I wonder, like, the time, I'm like, the time is interesting. Was she trying to get ahead of this woman coming out and speaking? Or was she trying to distract people? Does she actually believe what she's saying? Because she got people protesting down in Atlanta at the CDC. You know, there's people at the bars down there protesting.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, knowing what's happened, though, I wouldn't put it past her.
Right, right. And I was like, oh, that's interesting to see, you know, someone with so much influence, you know, kind of question the facts. But now, I mean, you probably just trying to say your own ass, girl. Because I
Yeah.
watched, what's that channel, Your Black World, or no, Fly Nubian Queen. And
Uh-huh.
Lioness Crown, she does like an afternoon live. She like to tore my head off. I had to type something about Nicki. And she was so mad about, basically, she was like, fuck Nicki, basically. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I didn't realize that Nicki was saying like horrible things about our ancestors and stuff. I didn't know that. Like I said, I don't pay Nicki because I'm not a fan of her music. You know, I don't get her. But
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, she done did some crazy shit in her career though. But yeah, like you said, I didn't pay her much attention since I don't fuck with her music like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so her ass, like Nicki, girl, just go sit down, basically.
But one thing I'm gonna say about her as far as her career goes, to me, she was way too. Keep out, me and her the same age. She way too old to be acting like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's just sad. It's sad. And then it's a bad. She going out bad. That's what I say.
Yeah, so that's one of the main reasons I couldn't take her seriously. You know, somebody the same age as me acting like a Barbie doll and shit like that, talking like one too. I'm like, no.
I guess to me, some of the female rappers, I just wish they would be like the women, the old school rappers, not use their sexuality, but just like Queen Latifah, MC, like they showed their talent. You know, they went on. It's just hard to
That's
take it seriously to me.
that's why I'm always blame Lil Kim for that part.
Oh yeah, that's true. Can't forget about Queen B.
Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, she did. She had talent and everything, but it's just the fact that she tried to sell sex to the mainstream, and
Right.
then of course she pretty much lowered the bar for all female rappers, basically.
Yeah, it was unnecessary because she definitely had talent. She could flow. But yeah, that seemed to be what the ladies do. I mean, I understand get your bag, but come on, please. It's just like I'm a heterosexual woman, so I don't want to see your ass and
Yeah, I feels.
stuff.
But like I said, hey, but all I'm gonna say is shout out to the dude that married her though, because I like him all natural myself.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah.
her hair without the wig, she has really long, pretty hair. But I don't know.
Well, yeah, because I'm talking about from the neck down anyway. Well, I guess the whole thing says I see she got surgery everywhere. Yeah,
Oh, get you like the implants, the butt job, the
yeah, the Botox and some other shit, some other shit.
wow. Because yeah, she's a very petite woman, and to have all that. I mean, to each their own. But I wonder what's. I don't think people even know the impact of all this silicone and all this stuff they put in their body long term.
Yeah, because like I said, so many stories gonna come out about that. You know, whether it's fake titties, fake ass, whatever. Yeah, because they always talk about the complications and shit that came behind it.
Right? We're gonna see one. You know those ads flash on TV. Like, did you get breast implants? Did you get butt implants, butt injections between the years of 2000 and 2021? If so, call the law firm of Snyder, and it's gonna be one of those.
Yeah, matter of fact, I seen one of them ads not too long ago for a pill or something that happened that was taken. And like, did you take this pill between this year and that year? And yeah,
Right. I've seen it for like the acid reflex, and I've taken that before. I'm like, you know what? It's just, we just to be living on this planet, we fight against so much.
so yeah, this was always something, ain't it?
Right. Like between just the air we breathe, the food we eat, everything. It's just a blessing to see another day.
That's how I look at it.
Oh boy. But in this blog, this person was just explaining why they were canceling her. And he says that his primary reason for revoking his support is because of her unabashed support for abusers.
Mm.
So that kind of speaks to her brother and then her husband. And why is she even contacting the victim? Why would she even do something like that? That's so stupid, and it's wrong.
You know, that sounds like somebody else we know.
You gotta give me some clues.
Oh well, yeah. Like I said, he's been trying to contact the 14-year-old girl that he molested, or supposedly molested anyway.
I didn't know that. Has he?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, when his court case came up, I know yeah, the judge gave him an order to stay away.
Wow. I know I saw a clip of him, his Instagram rant, and it sounded like he was trying to bully people because he's like, I'm gonna sue all the people on YouTube that's talking about me, yada yada yada. So it sounded like he was just trying to bully people.
Yeah, more than likely. Shit, but like I said, but looking at that nigga shit, he lucky if he don't get dumped off the planet.
Yeah. And I haven't been following it closely, but I saw people saying that he was bragging about charges going away, but they put 4 charges on him that are severe. I don't know. Have you been following it?
Yeah, if I recall correctly, yeah, they dropped some charges, but they added yeah, what's that word I'm looking for? They added more, like you said, they added more severe charges.
Wow. Because he was laughing like he gonna skate free.
And then from what I got from that court case, they get ready to add more charges.
Oh, wow. Well, I feel like if he did what he did to me, if it's true he did that, he definitely needs to be punished for it.
From what I heard too, he was trying to get that girl's mom not to call 12 on him because he said that was going to ruin his career.
Yeah,
I know his career.
that was very interesting. Very interesting language he used. Like, why would if you hadn't did what you did to her, you wouldn't have to worry about your career being ruined. Like,
But the question is, what career?
I know I saw it when Tasha K played it. They called him on the news story. They called him an influencer, and he wrote 99 books or so. I said, what books have he? I don't know.
It's what, yeah, to me, but from what I've seen, yeah, them books is what anti-Afro likes to call Kinko's print jobs.
Listen, anti-Afro. It cracks me up. I want to do a stream on what would Umar Johnson say about the Umar sector today because it is a shit show. OMG.
Oh
Everybody
yeah, because I'm go
TJ.
ahead.
You go ahead.
No, I'm about to say because I'm for sure he got something to say about that.
Because he's probably laughing because nobody liked nobody, I think, in that sector.
Yeah, because last I remember it just fell apart like one small group of people at a time.
It is just an anti-beefing with people that's coming. It is crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah, you know what? The more I see it, the more I'm glad I got out when I did.
I feel you. I just watch from the clouds. I don't leave no comment because them folks, they kind of be like, oh no, they a little unhinged or what? What's going on?
At this point, you don't know who's worse, them or the MGTOWs.
I know. I haven't even been nosy on the MGTOW lately, but I was on an Israelite guy stream. I think his name is what's the brother's name? He stopped by this channel before on a Kevin Samuels video. His platform is large. I can't think of his name right now, but he's talking about modern women and what men should do. I guess. Did you see that story? Someone made a post about Howard University new law school, like the new law school. I guess I don't know if they call it freshman law school class, whatever. And it's like look like all women, and they were like, yeah, they black women. This what you all get. You successful women. That's why you don't have men. And he was just kind of talking about that. But I just don't understand what are women to do. I don't understand.
You know what? To me, it makes just as much sense as these divestors talk about all this level up shit or I don't know. I get these groups mixed up, so that's why I just put them all in one category. It's easier for me to keep up with.
Yeah, the unhinged. Like, I want to talk about that too because I was looking from the clouds on some of the quote unquote Black women empowerment channels, and what are they empowering the sisters to do? Just be miserable because one of the main ones, that wear those plasticky wigs. Like,
Oh yeah,
are you so unhappy? Like, you don't want to see your sisters happily married, happily raising their families, or I don't understand what's the purpose of her content. I don't get it.
yeah. You know what? From what I get from a lot of these divestors and these MGTOWs, though, is basically the content creators. They all fucked up, so they just try to see who they can pull down with them.
That's a good point. That's a good point because literally all and I think she go live every day, and I'm not hating on her. I mean, because I remember her when she used to be on Boyce Watkins' channel. So I've seen her from like the beginning, and it's cool. Her channel has grown so much, but at one point, there's a like, okay, I understand. It's not fun raising your kids alone. It's not fun. No, I don't think most women want to be single mothers or whatever, but to just talk about how bitter and miserable you are day in and day out. How is that productive? How is that going to get you to the goal of having a healthy relationship or whatever? It just seems a waste of time.
Yeah, but ain't no gaps being bridged that way.
Yeah, like, because, I truly believe like what you focus on, what you put your intention on is what you get in life. And we know there are good men in this world. I do not believe for one moment that there are no good men in this world. And I believe there are good Black men in this world. So it's just to me, it's a trauma bonding central, like trauma bonding. Like, let's all tell what my ex did to me, blah, blah, blah. That's what it seems like to me.
And then I also know a lot of that shit comes off as pandering too.
Really?
Yeah, because you got some dudes and chicks in the divestment sector or even in the MGTOW sector. Yeah, that'll pander to these hurt people and everything just for super chats, cash apps,
Yeah,
yeah, AdSense and all that too.
right. I would think if they really cared about their audience, they would kind of shift from that hurt space, because it like we know the pain we have, whatever, but how can you rise above that and live the life you want to live? Because man, I do you notice those channels get so much attention and traction though?
Yes and no. I say like anything you promote or any kind of business that you want to call it a business,
Mhm.
is that many will try, but very few will get all the biggest most amount of traction.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because I know that most of them, I say like 75% of them don't get that much traction.
Okay, so it's mainly like, you know, plasticky wig, basically.
Right. Yeah. Basically, or mostly the ones that's been there from the dough. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I've noticed. The ones that's grown the biggest.
Right, right. Yeah, it's to me, it's not healthy. It don't make no sense to just talk about that day in and day out and calling people trash bags and
Oh yeah, what's that other thing? Struggle bandit. That's funny to me. Struggle bandit.
when you made it with, I don't know, I don't want to go into Brother Rob, but like, come on now, you.
Yeah, I'm like, see, that's another thing too. Like, and I always felt like whenever she talked about Dusty Beta Mel Coons and a trash bag struggle, no, three trash bag struggle bandits and all that, I felt like that's all she could attract.
Yep, that's what it seems to be. Because yeah, I believe to a certain degree, I know some people say you are what you attract. I don't know if that's true. Maybe, or maybe it's something in you that you need to address, and that's why you're attracting certain people, or just entertaining. Like, I just think, when you deal in relationship, friendships, or whatever, you can kind of think and reflect back on, like, okay, your interaction with the people, what your behavior, like the things you did, because it seemed like to me they just act like victims in that sector, like they just want to be victims and cry and complain.
Right, and that's why I say that. Yeah, they just trying to see who else they can drag down with them because I don't see where anybody's benefiting from it.
It's really hurting them and they don't even realize it. It's doing more harm than good.
Yeah, so if anything, that's why I had learned over the years to stay out of them kind of discussions because I realized that's pretty much the goal of them discussions, just to why it put like this: if there is division in the black community, that's all these discussions serve is just another way to widen the gap even further.
Right, right. I did start watching them. Like I said, I'll be nosy here and there, but I swear when I click on them, I just get a response, like my body responds negatively. Like I'm instantly irritated.
Oh, I feels.
I can't watch this because I feel like you should learn from your mistakes, learn from your relationship. I don't even know if I would call it a relationship, because every relationship you can learn from it. That's just experience you had in life. It's not the end of the world. Like, come on.
Right, yo, I got to refresh.
Okay. Alrighty. And I'm going to find another story to share while we're waiting for Just to come back. Hope everyone had a great, productive Friday Eve. And I'm going to share this story about Isaiah Washington because he was kind of canceled. They have updated. Oh, my Safari update. I want to move that tab. I don't know how. But I'm going to share this new story. So bear with me one moment. Okay, if you all are familiar with Isaiah Washington, he's an actor. He's a great actor. And he used to be on Grey's Anatomy. Now, he was canceled. So I tell you what, cancel culture is something else. But definitely let me know what you all think about cancel culture. Do you agree with it or do you think it's problematic? So he was fired from Grey's Anatomy from using a homophobic slur.
You're,
Okay.
excuse me.
So just sharing this about Isaiah Washington because he was fired from Grey's Anatomy for using a homophobic slur.
Right, I remember.
But I'm just like, when I read that First Amendment, I'm like, you have freedom of speech. Why is he fired for saying that? Like, what is really? It seems like a lot of our rights are being taken away.
And you never know. And you know what? It's funny you talking about Isaiah Washington because you notice anybody that anything that Tariq Nasheed touches turns to shit.
Why you say that?
Now I only mentioned that because Isaiah Washington he was on his show some years back.
Oh, he was. Oh,
Yeah, you remember that ism radio shit he was doing?
yeah. I remember it was in radio.
Yeah, he was on there some years back.
Now I just wonder. Speaking of ism radio, was that the radio when he had with the girl that he fired?
That he fired on air.
Yeah, Sarah. I think her name was Sarah or something.
Yeah, that was the show.
I just wonder what his wife thinks about. But I don't know. I don't think he's doing like a co-host now, but he will have to have female co-host. I wonder what Peanut be thinking
Hmm, that's a good question.
about. And I remember, like, I've been watching Tariq for a while. Tariq houses be real messy. Like, what is Peanut doing? Clean up.
Or he's probably telling her not to do it. Says, because I remember how he was acting that one time she got on camera.
Oh, who, Peanut?
Yeah, because I remember I think one day, he was in the basement as usual talking the same old bullshit he been talking, and then all of a sudden she came downstairs and say something to him, and of course his facial expression changed, so he didn't like the idea of her being down there.
Oh.
Well, at least not while he was talking his shit anyway.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah.
But it reminded me of I was watching the Simple to P live stream he did, and I guess I just don't understand it, Laura. I say you could be successful at anything because people, it's something for everybody, right? Because he's a
Right.
and the women, I guess his ladies, I don't know what they call ladies of the night, whatever, called in. He was like, "Why, bitch? Why did you call?" I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, that surprised me.
It's like, alrighty then. It's not for me. This P talk. I just don't understand it.
Craziness show.
Right, that's another person that been canceled. I see Isaiah Washington. I hope he's doing well. Because cancel culture is vicious.
Oh yeah, that shit ain't nothing to play with.
And even with like a ADOS and FBA, Tariq has the FBA, and then
Oh yeah.
Tone. I think his name Tone. I don't know get the other name. Is it Tone Space? No, Tone something. And Yvette Carnell have the.
Oh yeah, you talk about Tone Talks.
Yeah, Tone Talks. Yeah. So they're fighting because Tariq, the situation that just occurred at the border, or I guess it's currently occurring at the border, southern border with the Haitians. Tariq,
right,
place and Black were like, "Nah, we shouldn't support them. Fuck them, whatever." And then I think Yvette Carnell and Tone Talks, excuse me, are of the thought process that like we need to support them. So that was crazy to see them. I was saddened to see them using those whip type things on them.
Which I thought was crazy too, but
I didn't even know they used that. Like, wow.
put like this: if they get to use military type weapons to do their jobs, well, whips ain't pass them.
Right. So that's a bad look. That's definitely a bad look for this administration. So are they going to be canceled? 46 now?
For what I'm saying, they trying.
Okay, because that is horrible. I'm like, wow. like I guess he was trying to censor like some reporter was saying he normally film over that area and they were blocking the filming. And so I don't agree with Tyreek on that we should not support them because I mean, come on now.
But then again, I'll take what he say to the head anyway, because it's already it ain't no secret that he just says and does whatever for views and clicks and shit.
Yeah, which is sad. I know he's been sticking with this, I guess, more of the black talk because I remember him from his days of having that website, United Players, and the what was the radio show called? Mac Lessons, the Macish Package, where he was selling them Ugg boots, not Ugg boots, and lugs.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, because he do the Macish packages whenever he got some shit he can't sell.
Mm-hmm. Right. So that's crazy. And Jason Black, I listened to his stream on it, and he was so nasty. But he's so like he's another one. When I watch him, I feel like stress in my cheek, like tension, like it's just he was just so words can't describe. I just think because I know he has another channel, The Business. He talk about women, and he has a call-in show, I guess, like Kevin Samuels, and he just be so rude. I'm like, does he even have a wife? Excuse me, a girlfriend, whatever.
Oh, you talking about Jason Black?
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, no. I remember he had an ex-wife, but that left his ass.
Oh wow, wow. Okay, I see. I wonder why she left.
That's a good question.
Give me one moment.
Oh yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I had just got a text. I know I'm fine. Yeah, anyway.
Okay. So let me see who else I have here. I have a few people. We already talked about Young Farrell and the Nick Cannon, them being canceled. So let me see. I have all these tabs. But yeah, cancel culture is just it's crazy. I guess I should share this because this has a list of people canceled. I think in this year alone.
Speaking of young Ferry, he's still crying about that Nick Cannon interview.
I haven't checked his social media in a few days. I was kind of taking a detox from him, so we can check. We can check and see why not. I'll say this, then we'll check.
Right. Marshall going.
I was looking at my analytics. People really like the Young Farrell content. It's so funny to me.
Well, the shit is funny.
Yeah. So I know one person came on my channel. He left a comment, and he had to count to 3 with him because he was kind of rude.
Talk about the. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
No, come about say, would it be homeboy that said you spent up your PPP loan?
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, I wish I did have a PPP loan.
But you say you had to count to 3 with him, huh?
Yeah, because I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna let him take me there because he was just like asking me where my man at, and I must don't have a man. Like, okay, what does that have to do with the video? Like, that's how guys want to come for women.
I don't know, but he was mad.
He was really mad. He was telling me I'm keeping it going by making content on it. I'm like, but the audience seems to like it though, so if they like it, it's easy for him to, I mean, I don't want my channel to be a Young Farrell channel, but I think it's
right
about him here and there. All right, so this article said the 10 biggest celebrity cancellations of 2020 so far, and this was dated August 10th. So, like I said, cancel culture, I'm not a fan of it because I know nobody's perfect. Now I could get you got the brother polite type things. I understand. Okay. R. Kelly, okay, I get it, but They cancel people for saying the F word, like Isaiah Washington.
Oh yeah,
That's not cool.
yeah. But at this point, if you even sneeze wrong, you cancel.
Right, right. So Piers Morgan, I don't even know what he did. What did he do? Let's say.
Well, Piers Morgan, who knows what he did? As far as I'm concerned, he did everything.
Oh, really? They say things took a turn when he mocked Meghan Markle, her following her one-on-one interview with Oprah. Oh wow, okay.
Oh yeah, without yeah, even though I'm going a few years back, but that kind of reminded me of that time Big Funky had did a video on her when she got married.
Oh, he did.
He made it seem like the whole black race was gonna be wiped out. Yeah, because her marrying that dude.
Wow. But see, Big Funky, the Pan African is his view is interesting. Because I know the Israelites view that you are the race of your father. So with her father being white, like the Israelites consider her to be a white woman.
Right. So yeah. So because if I recall correctly, yeah, they ain't hardly none of them speak too much on her.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
But then again, but then again, that reminded me of that time too when Serena got married and Big Funky, he had to talk so yeah, so he don't know what to do with all that. He don't know what to do with all that. He don't know what to do with all that.
Wow.
That
Yeah,
was too funny.
yeah, that was interesting, but I wonder, I know a lot of men make fun of Venus and Serena's look, so
I'm gonna just be real. I don't think her or her sister all that myself. So whoever she can find to marry her, I'm happy for her. Congrats, I salute them.
yeah, yeah. I mean, she's very muscular. She's in shape. I would love to be that muscular. Well, maybe not that muscular. I want some more muscles. But
So that's how I look at it. So I salute her marriage because it ain't like I was gonna marry her.
yeah, she seems to be happy, and hey, that's what matters, right?
Just like that might be that time too, where they try to make it look like black men is was bitching and moaning, falling all over themselves over Precious getting married. I'm like, why would I be mad?
I forgot that she even got married.
Hey, I didn't think about it till just now.
Like,
But
you can go ahead.
But I think what it was though, I think it was just the usual type black dudes, if you want to call them black anyway. Talk about the MGTOWs, they're the only ones crying about it.
Oh yeah, I think it's just content for them, probably.
That's what I was thinking too, because I'm like, them niggas don't give no kind of fucks about Precious.
Right, because we know the Kevin Samuels type be going in on women's sides.
Oh yeah, because I forget. I maybe one of y'all said that he be riding down on Lizzo.
Yeah, him and Boyce Watkins love to talk about Lizzo. I just find Lizzo to be highly annoying.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, you're
pathetic.
right. She could be annoying and everything, but she doesn't annoy me to the point where I got to make a video about her though.
Right, right. I just think that she's very talented. Like she could, she's a musician. She played instrument and sing. Why is she doing what she's doing? Like, I don't understand.
She might not be selling records. You never know.
Probably.
Yeah, because I tried listening to some of her music, if you want to call what she do music, and it wasn't all that to me.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. I'm not gonna lie. Now my daughter, I can't say nothing about Lizzo around her. She's like Lizzo defense team or something. I'm like, what is it with you and defending these women? So I can't say nothing.
Oh, so your daughter one of them stands, huh?
Yeah, you can't. It makes me laugh. I'll bring her up sometimes, make her mad.
Yeah, because if you ask me, though, stand culture's fucked up music for the worst. Yeah, yes, keep in mind we on the cancel culture thing. Yeah, stand culture is fucked up music for the worst.
Right, it is. I've been trying to, kind of talk to her, but that generation perspective is different than ours. And I believe they data counseling, data stands. I don't know if she so much as a stand. She's very sensitive, so she don't like people making fun of her for being big, being overweight.
Oh, you talking about Lizzo?
I think that's more so that she don't like people because she didn't like to see her crying on Instagram. She's
Yeah,
like, you know, you do these things for attention, then you get the attention, and then I guess it's not a response you hope for, and now you.
yeah, people like that anger me though, because it's like you said, they do shit for attention. Then when they get what they want, they mad about it. I'm like, well, damn, why you mad though? You asked for it.
You should have known, like. So okay. So now they talking about the baby was canceled. Um, for his rant, he went on this summer, the homophobic rant.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
mm,
I noticed that. Yeah, and not maybe a few days after he posted his response on his apology on Instagram, he deleted it.
oh, really?
Well, might as well because it ain't like he meant it anyway. He meant what he said.
Yeah, and you should be able to mean what you say. And I mean, his comments, I don't think they were wise to say. Like, I think, anybody working 9 to 5, certain culture, you kind of know how to operate within that culture. But when he with his friends, whatever.
Right. Not that he matters. I'm surprised Boosie ain't been canceled, but like I said, not that that matters because he had already ran his course anyway.
Yeah, I know Boosie. Boosie makes me laugh. I remember I saw him live one day. I didn't see it live. I watched the replay on YouTube because somebody like uploads his I guess his live stream on Instagram, and he was mad
Right.
because only 300 people actually bought his album.
Oh yeah. And I'm like, with all that shit he told, what did he expect?
That was hilarious. But like his music is trash.
And see, and the interesting part about him is his biggest hit ain't even his song.
Wipe Me Down, right?
Yeah, that one.
I love that song to this day.
I hated that song and still I hated it then, still hate it now.
I like that song.
Mm. But yeah, but I remember when that song was sweeping the nation at one point though.
That was a big hit. That was what's the guy named Lil Webby, I think.
No, not Webby, but his name is Fox.
Oh damn! See, I don't even know Fox. Okay.
Yeah, because the song that we heard was a remix of of Fox's song.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, I always learn something from you. I did not know that.
Yeah, but I remember I couldn't walk 10 feet down the road without somebody bumping that shit.
I know they played that crazy all on radio, all on video, all on TV. So yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I go to a party, they got that shit bumping. I go to the club, they got that shit bumping.
Exactly, exactly. So they canceled Matt Damon. Oh, well, I'm noticing a trend here. You notice he was canceled for saying the F slur.
Oh yeah, that was that was a while back, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, they say Matt Damon, he let the public know that he only stopped using that slur a few months ago. Wow.
Oh, yeah, oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, whoopee, right?
Canceling people because they're going against the flag.
That's what it sounds like. But you know what? But funny you mentioned him too, because I know he ain't better nothing in a minute.
Right. And I don't know how or why I ran across. I posted that video about him marrying a single mom. I know it was going to trigger some people, but I thought it was interesting because they met at a bar she worked at.
Right.
So
But yeah,
I don't know how I ran across him though. I wasn't looking for him.
right. But I knew so. Yeah, but yeah, because as soon as I seen it and I dropped in the comment box, he's a simp, because I knew somebody was gonna say it.
Right.
Just like your boy talk about them PPP loans.
Right. And the one guy who came through the video, he was like, well, what he said, he was talking about the data, and I'm sure no average woman would get a man the caliber of Matt Damon. Dude, I don't
care. So that's why I said, even though he didn't say it directly, but I knew he was going to say it's something like that was going to be said.
Right. He was like, I bet this woman is like, okay. He wrote a paragraph basically.
Man, I hate when they do that. They always write whole essays about a whole lot of nothing.
Yep. So they canceled Marilyn Manson. What did he do? Oh,
Oh, they been canceled his ass.
He just always creeped me out. Ugh.
Talk about Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, I never liked his music. Chrissy Teigen. Oh, I don't like her or her husband. They both can go to hell.
Yeah, and see, that's one of them situations. Well, I'm talking about her husband now. That's one of them situations where you got to separate the person from the music.
Yeah, his music just it's not my cup of tea.
Well, I'll just say it ain't hitting like it used to.
Yeah, yeah. I liked it like when he did the song with Andre 3000.
Well, I'm gonna say this, but yeah, to me, his music was better when he was down with Kanye.
Oh yeah, yeah. What they call it, a good music brand or something like that.
Right.
Hmm.
But then as soon as he got away from Kanye, it's like he's doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah, he could play at funerals.
Yeah, because that's how depressing that shit is now, or at least, yeah.
Yeah. So what did Chrissy do? Let's see. Was she bullying? She was bullying people. Wow.
Right, yeah, because I remember she was on Twitter talking shit about people and two people not too long ago, maybe some years back.
I didn't know
Did
Chrissy was a mean girl. Wow.
Oh hell yeah, she problematic as hell. And then I remember, yeah, one day she had deactivated her Twitter or something, and then maybe a few days later she came back, something like that.
Wow. And Demi Lovato, why was she canceled? Ain't she the druggie?
Right, yeah, she a junkie.
Um, she promoted diet culture and was canceled for that. Okay, come on now, this is ridiculous.
I don't even remember what she did past her junkie habits.
I know that's all I know her for. Who is this? Erica Jane. I don't even know who this is.
Your guess is good as mine's.
Oh, she's on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Oh, her husband embezzled millions from clients. Okay, well,
Of course, I don't watch that show, so I wouldn't even know.
yeah, I don't watch it either. Army Hammer. Who is that? Let's see. Army Hammer has appeared in a number of hit films. The popular being "Call Me by Your Name." Oh, he
Never.
tried
Heard.
to. You know him?
I've heard the name, but I know he ain't been in nothing I've seen.
He wrong for them Birkenstocks. Justin Timberlake, JT. He should have been canceled
I think he was.
because how he did Janet at the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
yeah, they did cancel him for that reason.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, because I remember he came back maybe about 10 years down the road, and tried to apologize, hoping to be relevant to his black audience again. But they had already walked away from him.
Yeah, that's good. I know. I used to like that song he did with Beyonce, but I don't listen to it because I can't listen to JT.
I never thought he was all that anyway. Whether solo or with In to Sing, I never thought he was all that.
Yeah, to me, NSYNC just corny as hell. I'm not gonna lie, I did like the Backstreet Boys. I never bought an album, but I did like
I'm gonna say this much though: In to Sing and Wax Street Boys, they go way harder than the same clown posse.
Yeah. But then I think one of the Backstreet Boys was outed for being a racist. Brian.
Right, and then I could be wrong, because I might got the wrong group, but one of them outed for being down with the mom.
Who was that?
That's what I'm saying. I can't remember which group it was.
Oh.
So
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm thinking it was the Wax Street Boys, but I could be wrong.
now one of the NSYNC is with the mob. What's his name? Lance. Look, his
Oh
eye.
yeah. Right, I knew it was one of them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't know if anybody with the mob with the Backstreet Boys.
Right, so that's why I said I couldn't remember which group at the time. So it was Lance Bass dude.
Yeah. We should not be surprised.
Well, you know what though? Especially back in because I was in high school when they was high. I used to think they played for all of them played for the other team, even JT.
Yeah. I'm wondering, do they all have to play for the team to get in the industry or to get promoted or something? Because, like, you know how Diddy was talking about reminiscing him sleeping with Usher? And like, what the
And you know what though? Um, yeah, I've been hearing shit like that, but you know what too? I won't get too deep into it, but some shit like that's got to be done, because yeah, in order for you to to get in there, that's how I refer to it. To get in there though, you got to do some kind of humiliating ritual.
Oh yeah, and I believe Kevin Hart definitely getting blown out because he is not funny to me. I don't get it.
Yeah, because matter of fact, and like I said, especially Drake in particular, like, I think he done got down with getting down to get where he at.
Oh yeah, Drake is just so corny to me. I hate him.
As far as I'm concerned, if he ain't no great, what we got going on.
Right. So, before we wrap up, or I don't know, or should I save it for another stream? You want to look at iron banking? Well, we'll check today because these stories last for 24 hours.
What?
You want to check?
And not only that, we already here, so.
Yeah. So let's see. His story be so long, like, bro, I have things to do. Then look at your Instagram stories, Okay, here you go. Hard and look at him.
What he crying about now?
The hoes don't care about the best interest of the children.
So in other words, he's still crying.
Yeah, that's all he does is cry online. That's literally all he does.
I see. Yeah, I got to refresh this. I see there's a delay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
so these bitches be lazy and be unmotivated. Bitch, you down there 30 years old at your fucking parents' basement. You deny every financial opportunity I gave you. The fuck up.
So he's talking about Camille, the other baby mama. Because she live at home, her parents. But I ain't gonna lie, I wish I could live. My mom to see. I wish I could live with some parents. Shit, the rent is high. But the old man said the rent's too damn high. Shoot, I wish I could live.
That's not true. It's not true. I told your fat ass to lose some fucking weight. Okay? I told you to lose some fucking weight. Eat healthy. Let's read.
Let me see if I can refresh it.
Ask to lose some fucking weight. Okay? I told you to lose some fucking weight. Eat healthy. Let's read books and be disciplined. This bitch was lying, talking about she was going to the gym and going to work. The bitch was not going to the gym or going to work. The bitch was going to suck her ex Mike dick around the corner every day. And that's how we stopped talking. Stop lying on my name, bitch. And I'm finna start dogging these bitches out here. Facts. Both my children's mothers are some lying ass bitches. And I'm not fucking with one of them bitches because they lie. I hate a lying ass.
Marshall going crazy in this bitch. Marshall going crazy. Marshall going crazy.
No disrespect to white people. They both love and worship that white man or wish they could be white and try to act white. This ain't no disrespect to white people. I don't try to act white.
I don't know why it's not showing him talking like it's supposed.
Apparently,
and he know damn well he lying. If I recall correctly, didn't that nigga take some shrooms not too long ago?
Exactly.
Around I'm still myself.
You ain't got the song. Yeah, you ain't got the song on deck, do you?
I probably could find it right quick. I just be locking my screen. I don't be logging out, so I should still have it here. Let me see. So my downloads. Here it is, right here.
Cool.
Marshall going crazy in this bitch.
Okay, in a minute. But That's what them bitches got in common. They worship that white man. And it's time for a lot of black women to think that. It's time for a lot of black women to admit that they think white people are the smartest motherfuckers in the world. They think white people are smarter than us. They think lowly of black men, and they try to dog us out to impress white people. You feel me? CPS came go to talk about we gotta be on our record era now. Bitch, I'm doing me when no matter who come, I'm doing me. These bitches is corny and they loyal to that white man. They not loyal to us. Cool. Fuck y'all bitches too. Both y'all bitches. Corny assholes. And another thing. Both them bitches be lying to their parents about what they be doing. Lie to their parents. Bitch, somebody I switched up. I switch up. Bitch, you lie. You don't want to tell your bitch. You don't want to tell your parents.
I think grown women, why do they have to tell their parents anything? What do you want?
That's what I'm saying.
About their sex life?
Yeah, see, but yeah. But you know, something I just realized, yeah, when they say, because I'm noticing that, well, besides the fact that, excuse me, yeah, of course, besides the fact that MGTOWs and Hotep Dusty Dust is interchangeable, I noticed that they love to say that black women respect white men more than they respect black men, but that's why I noticed that's just that kind of talk.
Yeah, that's their main talking point. Like, where does this come
from? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. That's a. What's that word I'm looking for? Yeah, that's a long way down from the black woman is God, ain't it?
Right. Black woman ain't shit no more.
And, you know, as I look at him, I'm thinking about a Big Funky in particular, where yeah, he was yeah, because he started out talking about empowering black women and all that, and now they homicidal whores now since the conscious stripper outed them.
Right, that's crazy. He is something else.
But then you talk about Big Funky. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Then on another hand too, it just made me laugh like hell when I heard it. But then there was that one video he did where he talked about the black woman's vagina is a shrine.
I remember that. Like he gonna beam in.
Beam up and beam in or something like that.
He always think about.
You don't want to tell your parents that I had you on Sherman in that trap house. That's what you don't want to tell me. You don't want to tell your parents that I had you on Persian in that trap house. Okay? Don't be on here talking about something tripping up. That bitch went to Cheektowaga Central. Anybody in Buffalo know that's a white people area. That bitch get around her parents and act one way. Then she want to get over here and act one way. Then she want to blame me. I'm tired of all these middle class bitches coming to fuck with the street niggas. But y'all want to weaponize the police against us because y'all want to be disrespectful and don't want to respect shit. And that's just what it is. That is what it is. Middle class women want to fuck with the lower class black man, but y'all want to use the government to control us and violate. And I'm not going for that. Exactly. And I want to say this too. I got a lot of respect for law enforcement. I ain't got no problem with motherfucking authority.
Yo, time out. Didn't that nigga say fuck the police some years back?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I swear hypocrisy, yo.
He just flip flop like he a shapeshifter. Like he just changed with the wind.
Hey, but he was talking about that other shapeshifter though.
Oh yeah, old girl Jocelyn.
Yeah, so hold on. Oh shit. Oh, anyway.
Nobody got no problems with mine, but I ain't got no problem with authority, so I want to let bitches know this. Just because niggas be from the street or got certain type of backgrounds, that don't mean we automatically just want to fight with the police. Y'all bitches is weak as hell, and y'all gotta stop trying to pin the streets against the police to get y'all way because y'all don't want to simply respect a man for being a man. I don't give a fuck about if a nigga got a badge on or not. I know for a fact he got to go home to his family every night. I respect him as a man. I don't want nobody to come out their house and go to work because being a police officer is a fucking job. I don't want nobody to go to work to protect and serve no community and don't make it back home to their family because motherfuckers in the community act like they ain't got no fucking sense. So it's time for people to admit that black women have been and are the fucking problem. It's time for people to admit that.
What's good, man? What's good, man? Got my boy Fair on Memorial Drive. Peace around the dog. Man, got Pharaoh on that east.
Yo, hold up, no. Time out. You sure he ain't trying to move in the MGTOW direction?
That's what I think, because I know he kind of like how you said Tyreek is go where the money is.
Right.
When you buy a Food Lion Feeds Apple bag, we'll donate 5 meals to fill the plates of those in need.
Beam up so he can beam in. 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 Because if you're married, get an essential oil for your husband if he's having performance issues. If your husband is having performance issues, have him when it's time to conceive a child to bring forth Christ. You have him beam up so he can beam in. 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 Because if you're married, get an essential oil for your husband if he's having performance issues. If your husband is having performance issues, have him when it's time to conceive a child to bring forth Christ.
Okay. That's cool. You silly. I just want to know. I never knew essential oil helped with those type of issues.
Hey, the more you know, right?
It was the Rainbow Embassy Rainbow. The more you know.
Hey, there you go.
Let's see. I just don't understand Pharaoh. He always. We're going to have to do another stream on this guy. We are. I ain't gonna listen to that angry man telling me not to talk about Pharaoh.
Fuck him.
Right. Because he just did the most. Okay, this video. I don't know why it's kind of. It seems like there's a delay.
Yeah, but hold on. Something else I just thought about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you think Martina done hauled ass by now?
I know she was getting irritated, so that'll be interesting to see. What's her Instagram? Martina Divine.
Yeah, I can imagine so. Cause like you said, she's getting irritated because I know she got to be tired of the back and forth by now.
Yeah, he was putting her in the middle of him and Golden's arguments.
Yeah, that's why I said she should have stayed out of it.
Right. Don't even get in that business. I don't even know what she was thinking about.
He was probably gonna put her out if she didn't get in the middle of it.
Oh yeah, probably. That's true.
You know that.
What the hell? That's
see, why is it not?
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out what the hell all that noise was.
Right, that was really loud. Wow.
Turn that noise down. Oh, what? What'd you say?
I'm just like, why is it doing this? I don't understand what's going on. I want to see him with Douglas.
For hiding films, I'm telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. So help me God, bitch. And I'm gonna tell the whole story on hiding film. Raw. Who got shot? Find out on hiding film.
Yeah, cause I think he got kicked off YouTube for like 2 weeks or something.
Every nigga that got shot, jumped, stabbed.
Yeah, I think he was doing something like controversial.
All the hoes that was freaking us down.
Yeah, he hadn't. He hasn't uploaded yet. It's been a week, so I don't know if it was something dealing with like some medical misinformation or
Yeah,
He
because he
said,
said he was talking about big pharma. So yeah, who knows what he said?
man, these tech companies, they are not playing. But I don't think it's right though. But knowing him, it probably was misinformation. But
Well, yeah, especially him in particular.
right, he gonna tell people to take shrooms.
Oh yeah, take shrooms and whatever else he on. Oh yeah, then he'll probably tell you don't be shape shifting.
Right. Yeah, that was crazy.
Nah, but the only reason I thought about Martina though is because he was talking all that shit. Yeah, talking all that MGTOW shit. So
So I just got an email from Daniel Funk at USA Today. It says
Yeah, I want to check her Instagram and see. Let me see. I think it's called Martina Divine or something. That's not it. I'll probably just watch his story and find it that way. He probably would add her. Even if he mad at her, I'm sure he's gonna add her.
right.
Oh, an interesting thing. got a privacy complaint on the video I did about him and Omori. I had to be heard. I blurred it out. I could check and see if they took it down because they said you can I guess.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm like, how can that shit be a privacy complaint when that shit was publicly put out there?
I know.
But I'm noticing that's the easiest complaint. That's the easiest complaint to make to get somebody's shit snatched down though on YouTube. Yeah, because I noticed if there's something up there that people don't like the frauds don't want up there, then they can just file a privacy complaint.
Oh, let me check right quick. I think it's still up. Let me see. I went and blurred her ID name out of it. Hey, girl, sit down somewhere. You went over there. Yeah, why did you go? Never mind. Yeah, it's still
crazy.
Up.
Oh, it's still up. Cool.
Yeah, I think it was her. So, who else would do that? Because if it was him or Golden, they would do. I mean, there's several more to do. So.
Right.
Like, girl, nobody thinking about you. We were just analyzing the situation.
Amoria, that's the one he had crying, right?
Yeah, he had her crying. She probably. I blurred out her name. I don't think the video showed her face.
Wait, if I recall correctly, no. Yeah, because I wouldn't go find. Yeah, because I found her on my own, so that's the reason I knew what she looked like.
Yeah, all the ladies he liked, they all had a similar look to them.
That's what I noticed too. Of course, besides him recruiting them from OnlyFans, you're right. They all got the same look.
Yeah, they all like fair skin. Because to me, Omori and Martina look alike.
Hey, don't be surprised if they were sisters. Oh yeah, and then what's that one chick? Oh yeah, Jocelyn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. They all look alike.
Mm-hmm. But the baby mom or just, I guess, with Kevin Samuels. I ain't gonna say that. I think Golden's very pretty. I think they black women. They're not exoticals or whatever.
Right. No, but because another thing I thought about too, since I said OnlyFans, yeah, that's probably why. Because more than likely, Martina's just doing what young Wankster telling her to do, or he'll cut that money off.
Oh yeah, she getting a bag on there. There's some people on there, man, making like $1 million a month. So
right, so
that blows my mind.
Wow. Yep, I can imagine it now. Like, oh shit, here come this bitch. Well, you better get your ass out there and get her from around here Oh, and then of course she gave some back. She gave some back to, oh bitch, you want me to cut your money off, bitch? I'll cut the
Right.
bag off.
Gang.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I can't forget that. Gang, 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 gang. Yeah, so
Out the gang.
yeah, can't forget that.
You no longer associated with art and making, art and film, art and art and theater, art and whatever the fuck you got going on. Art and what was the one? Security agency. I'm like, okay, now art and security they just
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. That's that rinky dink shit. Lou and that other dude worked for.
have you seen Lou? Lou don't have no kind of muscle tone. I'm like, this is security? Okay.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, these little niggas is his security.
If something happened to you, bro.
See, now Ace Haru, I could understand. I could see him being security, but them two niggas he got now, it's like he just took whoever would work for him.
Right. Speaking of Ace, he stopped by this channel yesterday. He left a comment on the video I did about him versus Kevin Samuels. Because, Ace talks about high value too.
Right.
That was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go check over there and see what he had to say.
Yeah. Yeah. He seemed level headed. I mean, I personally don't agree with polygamy, but he seemed reasonable. He doesn't seem like he's trying to, just use women for their body like Pharaoh is.
Right.
Let's see what else. I don't know why.
I don't give a fuck about if the nigga got a badge on or not. I know for a fact he got to go home to his family every night. I respect him as a man. I don't want nobody to come out their house and go to work, because being a police officer is a fucking job. I don't want.
Well, you know what? We can just pick this up through the stream tomorrow about this, since this just was posted 8 hours ago. Since it's not really, I don't know if it's my internet. I don't know.
Well, one thing I'm gonna say though, while it's up there, yeah, I was like you said, young flip flopper. He's just, I think he's trying to get that CPAC, Trump supporter audience back.
Yeah, they, them folks, they spin like. I remember because I would watch a lot of his live streams he would do, and it would be similar to like a Kevin Samuels live stream. There's so many people in there at one time. So,
right.
Bad.
So what'd you say?
I was gonna say he really messed up when he got canceled by them.
Oh yeah, so it's like, yeah, it's like he just scraping the bottom of the barrel, yeah, just to get what he can now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All I'm saying is he should have never alienated his black audience.
He shouldn't. It's like he's alienating so many people between the black audience and then black people in general. Then black women. It's like, dude, what are you doing? And then too, somebody left a comment on his channel, and some other channel I was looking at. His IN University, like it's a scam because he's charging people cards too much money.
Yeah, because when I think about now, when I seen the prices that he was charging for that shit, and I'm like, man, I ain't paying for this.
Oh, you went to I know you showed me the Art and Tunes. You went to the university too?
Yeah, I went to that website and I'm like, this nigga crazy. Because
People ahead.
Yeah, because if I recall correctly, this nigga charging at least a band or more for some old bullshit we couldn't. You could go to his YouTube channels or at least dig up one of his old videos to listen to or watch or something.
Yep.
Yeah, because like I said, especially when I went up there and I see he's teaching that astral projection, all that sci-fi outer space shit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this nigga crazy. If you think I'm gonna pay to watch, to listen or read something that I could just go to one of his old videos and watch for free.
Right. I'm personally not interested in that astral projection. Like, astral projecting, RIP hashtag.
Yeah, because to me, if you ask me about that astral projection, way too many of them. I know so a lot of them Hotel Dusty Dust love to talk about that.
They do. I know a pastor. He did a show on it. This pastor, church I used to go to back in Georgia. He talked about it, but the person, he had a guest on his show. The person was like a Hotepery person.
Right. 'Cause matter of fact, too, I remember there was one particular video clip. I gotta find it where the old ass wrestler and Bro Sanchez. That's what he's going by now. Yeah, they was talking about astral projection, and at that point, it's like, do they even know what they talking about?
Yeah, they're interesting. I just feel like with them, they just talk just to flap their lips. Like, what this?
That sounds like a lot of them though. They just talk. They just like to hear themselves talk.
Yeah, yeah. So, I'm gonna schedule a stream tomorrow so we can go over Young Pharaoh, a weekly update on Young Pharaoh.
That'd probably be the best thing to do because since he always do the same shit at random or maybe some different shit.
Right, just like a weekly update.
Right, just don't do it every day like you did. That way, we don't get tired of it.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Even though,
with him, so it's a lot with him. So maybe
right.
3 points.
Yeah, at this point, like I said, because I think we already know that at this point, when he does a story or uploads a video, it's gonna be about that bitch did this, that bitch did that, black woman's the devil, and gang, and all this other shit he talk about. So,
making any money, all he do is be on social media talk about Golden and what's that girl named Camille? That's all he talk about.
Then he's talking about making what non-existent bags and whatever. So yeah, we already know he's gonna. Yeah, he's already gonna guarantee he's gonna talk about some bullshit like that.
Right.
So like you said, but
that Umar one too about what Umar think about the Umar sector.
Oh yeah, hey, I would like to hear that one.
Yeah. Oh boy, what would he think about Umar said in 2021? Because I mean, the main players are intact, but everybody else, they just hate each other. It's crazy.
Oh, one thing I'm gonna say about that though, it should have just stayed as it was.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, the major players, it should just stayed to them. But I think where everything just went wrong is, but then again, it's like anything. Like when it's small and it's usually intact when it's small, but then once it starts growing, it gets out of control to the point you can't control it no more.
Yeah, but Cooney really had a big role in the development of that sector.
Well, that is true. Yeah, because I noticed it all started with him when you think about it.
He did that.
But like Tariq Nasheed, everything Coongrain touches turns to shit.
Right. He get his karma because that was so wrong when he tried to do the linen.
Yeah, so it's always something.
Yep. Alrighty, so I thank you for joining me this evening. Thank everybody that will watch this replay. And like I said, I'll schedule a stream for tomorrow. I may do the Umar. That may be more entertaining than that.
Yeah. So I am interested in hearing that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm gonna log off, but until the next one later. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, be easy.
Thank you. You too.